Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Your girl Rhoda Oluwafemi. If you're new here, welcome. Where have you been? I've been waiting for you. Please click on subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification button to get notified whenever there's a new video up on my channel. Thank you. If you didn't know, I recently started my makeup journey and I've really been progressing so far, and this is one of my makeup trials and I'm just so excited about it. Let me know in the comment section what you think about my makeup. Today, honestly, I don't really have anything in particular to talk about. I just want us to chit chat about some recent happenings across the globe. And the first thing I want to talk about is the recent news of Toke Makinwa's pregnancy and the way several people have reacted. The person's reaction in particular that I would like to talk about is Solomon Buchi's reaction. In his statement, congratulated Toke Makinwa and said he was happy for her, but he doesn't like that she's calling God into it. She shouldn't call it God into it, knowing fully well that, she had this child outside of wedlock. And that got me thinking, Christianity is a religion that is based on love. The greatest love to mankind and the greatest love that would ever exist in the world is the love of God for us. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying because God loves us and the foundation of Christianity is love, we should then now do things just because God will always be there to forgive us, and also because his grace abounds. But I just have a problem with people being gatekeepers of the gospel. For all we care, our relationships with God differs, it varies. Yes, we know that culturally and biblically you're supposed to get married and then go ahead to have children, but there are a lot of people who have conceived outside of wedlock for several reasons best known to them. Toke Makinwa in this situation has actually been married before. Maybe her marriage failed because marriage actually doesn't work for her, and she went ahead to procreate because that's actually something that she also loves. And since marriage didn't work for her, that doesn't stop her from actually having kids. You telling her not to call God into her story is very silly. It's actually a foolish thing to say because God rules in the affairs of men and is very much interested in our journeys. It might not make sense to you. How about you leave that to her and God? Like, don't be the judge. God is the supreme judge, right? And he has not given you authority to judge any other person. And I'm not saying, oh, don't speak up against evil or things that you know are inherently bad. But actually, I'm just tackling that statement of she shouldn't call God into her story. Like, how dare you? Who are you? Like, who are you to actually tell people who and what to include in their story? God is for everybody and God came for sinners, and guess what, we are all sinners. So God is for everybody, it's for us. You don't have to be a woman to understand the concept behind conceiving, carrying a child for 9 months and then giving birth to that child, especially for someone who has longed for a child. God has not called us to point fingers or to judge other people. It's okay to want to doubt that she doesn't have a relationship with God because, a lifestyle is not similar to yours, or it doesn't look like what God approves, and yada, 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 and what is and what's not. But guess what? Our relationships with God differs. I don't know your relationship with God, so don't you know my relationship with God? Because she doesn't do things the way you think she ought to do them, doesn't mean that God will forsake her. Give the consequence of whatever she does to God and herself. The story behind conception, conceiving, carrying a child, and giving birth to a child is miraculous and is something that we cannot fathom. People die as a result of bringing children to the world. Even children die because many things go wrong in that process. But you coming out to now say, oh, I'm happy for her, but I just don't want her to call God into her story. I'm sorry, what? Like, why would you say that and you call yourself a Christian? Even people who are not Christians, people who don't believe in God, when they successfully finish such a journey, they return all thanks to God, because they know that that journey can only be made possible by a higher being, which is God. So if someone is calling God into their journey, who are you to say don't call God into your journey? And on a final note, as Christians, we need to sometimes take time and reflect. And another thing I want us to talk about is the death of the American political activist Charlie Kirk, who was killed on September 10th at a university in America. And it's been alleged that a 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, also an American, a white American, shot him from a distance of 200 meters. And why did he kill him? Just because he disagreed with his opinion or his stance. Charlie was known to be a Christian who was vocal on his stand against LGBTQ community, gay community, lesbian communities, bisexual community, and everything around gender fluidity. And he was always engaging students at the university on political topics and gender fluidity topics. He was actually shot on September 10 during a debate. My conversation is actually not about him, about how we have become a society in which we don't like when people disagree with our opinion or our thoughts. If you say something is black and I say no, it's white, and someone else says it's brown, how about we just leave it there? Can we actually agree to disagree? Which literally means, let's just agree that we are different and so we can't see things in the same light. Let's also agree that we have individual thought processes, individual preference, and we can never see things in the same light. And we should also be able to, coexist, even in the midst of that disagreement. I don't see a reason why you should come after someone's livelihood or what still, someone's life just because they do not see things in your own way. If I say, for example, I identify as a cow, and obviously I don't look like a cow, okay? And I can't change myself to be a cow. Maybe there are medical procedures that can actually change me to being a cow, okay? And the other person is saying, no, I will never see you as a cow. I'm not saying you are not a cow. I'm just saying, yes, you call yourself a cow. But personally, what I see with my two eyes is a woman, and so therefore I can't call you a cow. Why should I have a problem with that? It's evil, it's devilish. The leftists, the LGBT community, and everyone in the gender fluidity community, they never liked him. They never liked his ideology because he just always debated that issue on the grounds of Christianity, and what the Bible actually talks about. And they come with him with, Christianity is a religion of love, which we just talked about. And it's always coming from the angle of the Bible, which points to, yes, Christianity is a religion of love, but God also hates some things. Okay, so yes, I love you, but you can't continue to do things just because there is love or just because grace abounds. And that's what I just said. But he never actually castigates them. That's actually another thing. He doesn't castigate. He doesn't say mean things to them. The videos or all the clips that I've actually watched after his death, the people on the other side have been the ones saying very mean things to him. And and they just decided for whatever reason to take his life just because it doesn't think like them. It's unfair. It's really not even about the debate. It's not about the topic. It's not about the issue. It's just that we've become a people of delusion. I call it delusion because we can never agree. As long as humans will continue to exist, we will never ever agree. I'm not saying, we can't agree on things. Obviously, if we are not in agreement, we can't relate, we can't be in communication, we can't work together, we can't live together. But to always agree on issues, on topics, no, never. It's not possible. And that's what people don't understand. Some things, when you bring up an issue to some people, they find a way to manipulate the situation such that they leave the area of focus and start to act the manner in which you said that thing. Situations where it doesn't matter how you relate the issue, it will always never be comfortable for the person. For example, someone stole something and you reach out to the person to say, oh, you've stolen something, right? Now, it doesn't matter if you're kneeling down to relay that information to the person, or if you're saying it in the calmest of possible way. The person will still find that statement offensive, because actually telling that person that the person is a thief. So there's no way that conversation will be comfortable for the person. But we become a people of putting important things aside and hanging on to things that don't matter. Because the issue surrounding the death of Charlie is that they left the focus of the problem, which is that we can never agree, to attacking his person, to hating him, to saying, I don't even want you to exist. I don't even want you to talk again. I never want to see you. I never want to see you on the face of the earth, which is unfair. You're killing somebody just because his ideas differ from yours? Come on. Whatever you identify as, it's not the duty of the other person to see you as that thing. It's your duty, because you are the owner of the identity. It's your duty to uphold your identity. You can't shove your identity down someone else's throat. You can't. You can't make people take you in another way when they see you in sleep. I don't know how to explain it. So Charlie was killed on the account of that. And it's actually not fair. You know, we have become a very touchy generation, a very touchy people, where when we say something and, you know, other people don't see it our way, we are very upset. We hate them, not for their personality, but just because they don't agree with us. We want to be in agreement at all times. We can't always be in agreement at all times. Even our mouths and our teeth are not always in agreement at all times. Sometimes you are eating and you bite yourself. Be comfortable with disagreements. We should be comfortable with having difficult conversations. We should be comfortable with people walking up to us to say, listen, I understand the way you see this thing, but I don't see it this way. But I appreciate if we can actually coexist peacefully. We should be comfortable, man. Like, it's not that hard. It's really unfair. I also want to touch on how, you know, there's been a lot of sick people for a very long time. I logged into my Twitter and my timeline has just been filled with very different stories of people just soliciting for funds. Their relatives are sick, their friends are sick, people at the hospital, people need money. Some people need to be, you know, flown out of their residential countries to go to other countries to get better treatment. I don't know what is going on. Like, people are just sick. People are falling sick. People are in dire need of medical assistance, medical care. And I'm just wondering, how did we get here? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's climate change. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know if it's the lifestyle. I don't know what it is, but there's just something wrong. I don't know if I'm the only one that has noticed this. Maybe because I just recently logged in to my social media. So I've not been privileged to see, you know, those news back to back. But I don't know, is it just me? Let me just, like, it's just so scary. Like, this person is talking about health condition. This person is talking about wanting to travel out to get better medical care. This person is talking about medical assistance. This person is just crying for help. What can I do? You know, like, it's just scary. But I just want us to rub minds. Like, what do you think is the problem? I don't know, guys. It's so scary. Be happy. Listen, as long as we are alive, there will always be one issue or the other. There will always be milestones to cross. There will always be milestones to pass. Oh, I need to get a degree. Oh, I need to get a new job. Oh, I need to relocate to another country. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to learn a new skill. Oh, take it one after the other. I know people say, a lot of time, people always say, age is not on your side. Time is going. But I always like to say that as long as you're alive, age is on your side. If you die at the age of 30, that person died early. If you don't make it, if you've not made it, and when I say made it is very contextual. Like, what I define as made it is different from what you might define as made. As long as you're alive, right, there's hope. There is hope. That car you buy, you even buy a newer model, Okay, that birthday that you think that you never celebrated, you celebrate more years. That job that you've not gotten, you get a job one day. Okay, please, that house that you want to buy, you buy it. Please, people, don't kill yourselves. I think I'm already getting emotional. Please be safe out there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.